What's up, YouTube? Mick Blankenship here, and it's time for another breakdown video. And today's song is going to be my single called Fall of the Empire, which is playing in the background right now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. Now, if you guys have never heard this song before, remember, my music's available on all streaming platforms, especially here on YouTube. But I've got the original Pro Tools session open. We're going to break this down, man. I want to let you guys know how I wrote the song, why I wrote the song, and we're opening up the original files, the original session. So we'll get through a chorus here. All right, man, so there you have it. This is Fall of the Empire. And like I said, I've got the original recording session open right now. But keep in mind, it's not mixed, so you're going to actually hear the raw files and the raw recording here. All right, so right off the bat, I'm sure you guys have noticed, this is a song of resistance. It's I take how I feel, and you know, whether it's frustration, sadness, love, or whatever, and I just put it into music. And that's the case with Fall of the Empire. You know, in a nutshell, we all get tired of what we see on the news each day. So I decided to put it into a song and release it. So once again, it's a single. It is available for you guys to stream. Like I said, I got the Pro Tools session open here. And I want to let you guys kind of hear this without being mixed and mastered just a little bit. And then we're going to isolate some vocal tracks. We're going to go through some lyrics, and also want you guys to hear some of the production and the loops and the effects and stuff that I use in my style of music. So we're going to start this right at the beginning. This is unmixed raw tracks right inside of Pro Tools. All right, so right away, man, you guys could tell there's definitely real drums in here. I always try to use real drums whenever I can. So what I'd like to do for you right now is I'm going to mute a lot of this stuff and just let you hear the bass and the bass guitar and the drums together here. Mute the guitars, mute the vocals, and let you hear what that sounds like. This is unmixed. Once again, there's no mixing and mastering on this. This is raw drum tracks. A little bit of bass guitar to add some groove. No bass guitar, just all the drums. All right, add the bass back in. A little bit of guitar so you guys can... All right, now for you guitar nerds that are in here right now, I know you're like, oh my God, what are you using for tone? What are we doing here? Well, in this particular case, I used an Avid 11 rack, believe it or not, for this song. That's not what I use now, but for this song, I made my own tones inside of the 11 rack. Now, if you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But here you go, guitar nerds. Here's my guitar tone, just straight up isolated. Now, it's recommended you guys are listening to this with a good set of headphones, or at least, the very least, on some good speakers, or perhaps it's on your TV, which would be even better if it's going through your home stereo. That would rock. But if you're just watching this on your phone, you might want to grab a set of earbuds. It's going to be super helpful. All right, moving right along. We're going to do drums, bass guitar, and then we're going to add the loops and the production in here. So now you've got the meat and potatoes of the song here. So you may not notice, but in the background, this is what you guys are hearing. I've got just a loop running in the back. Now, I create all of my own loops myself using MIDI, and I use different VSTs for that. So that's what's going on. Dun, 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 dun. That's why it sounds so busy. So you add it back in. Little 808 hit there. Now, if you listen to guitars in that particular spot of the song, let me zoom in here. So what I did was I layered some of the guitars, and back to the guitar nerds that are watching right now, I want to kind of highlight that for you. So there are overlays. Everything's hard pan to the left and the right. That was the overlay I used. A little bit of shotgun blast there for you. I love adding effects in the background. All right, so let's go ahead, now that we've got through the gist of the music production, let's go back to the beginning here, and we're going to isolate some vocal tracks. So here's where the verse starts. Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. All right, so let me isolate that for you so you guys can hear it. Let's go through a verse and a chorus. I'll mute the drums and the loops, bass, mute the guitars. So we should just have nothing but vocals here, I believe. Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need that deity, something to call their God. Well, the rest of us have had enough. It's time for us to ride. And then the chorus. All for one, one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. No more of the lies, it happens tonight. Dismantle all the power, cause we're taking back our lives. Now, what I like to do in a lot of my songs is I do layer some things. So in this case, there are two lead vocals, and they're backing each other up. They're not competing. They're not perfectly aligned or anything like that. They are two completely separate takes. And then what I'm doing is a very low growl underneath that. So let me isolate those for you guys so you can hear exactly what I'm talking about. Good thing we have lots of mute buttons here today. All right, so here are the two lead vocal tracks side by side. Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need that deity, something to call their God. But both of them together? Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. All right, now we're just singled out one. It's just the single vocal track. You'll see the difference. Here's the single. Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Double. Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. All right, so what I do to thicken that up, of course, I do the double vocal take and one. They're probably, most of the time in the mix, they're about 10 dB a separation between the two. So like I said, one is backing the other one up. But I like to add this low vocal rasp underneath it. So.
Start tearing down the system like they've never seen before, defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need their deity, something to call their god. Well, the rest of us have had enough. It's time for us to rise.
So when you add that low growl, that growl in the background, it's the same human voice, right? Because it's me doing all of the vocals. So it has this unique way of fitting in with each other because it's the same person, which I always thought that was kind of weird that bands, when they did vocal tracks like that, when they have separate singers, that they would use separate vocalists to do that with. And I never really, in my opinion, ever thought that worked as well. So, but when the same person is doing the same vocal tracks, it always just seems to just fall in like butter. All right, well, what I like to do underneath that as well is this little growl that I do, and that just adds a little extra edge. So it'll sound like this.
Start tearing down the system like they never seen before, defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need their deity, something to call their god.
So essentially, I call it a growl, but it's kind of like you're imitating a monster, more or less. And in this case, all I was doing is cupping my hands.
Start tearing down the system like they never seen before.
But when you add all that stuff together, man, it sounds pretty angry, man. Check it out.
Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before, defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need their deity, something to call their god. Well, the rest of us have had enough. It's time for us to rise.
All right, so we go into the pre-chorus here, all for one, one for all. And the only thing I've changed going into the pre-chorus is I took those two main vocal tracks and I copied them and I drug them down into new tracks, and I took reverse reverb and just stuck it on the whole track. And so what I do is manually push and pull that reverse reverb into the pre-chorus. So it sounds really ghost-like or ghosty. So check this out. Let me unmute it here.
Time for us to rise. All for one, one for all.
You hear that? All for one, one for all.
Time for us to rise. All for one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. No more of the lies. It happens tonight. Dismantle all the power, cause we're taking back our lives.
So when I'm screaming, I will have a very powerful taking back our lives right there at the end. I always want to put a scream. I'm still singing it, but I want to put a scream over top of it. So that's essentially what this is here. Let me let you hear just the scream and the ghost part. And you guys are going to hear this all together at the same time. Even mute the low vocal tracks.
Cause we're taking back our lives.
So I'm yelling it, I'm growling it, and I'm screaming it at the same time. And I'm singing it.
Power, cause we're taking back our lives.
And then you hear that, that ghost, that to return back into the verse.
Power, cause we're taking back our lives. We don't have to recognize the hate you make us fear.
All right, so all together, everything unmuted here. This is what it sounds like in unison here.
Power, cause we're taking back our lives. We don't have to recognize the hate you make us fear. The time is now, we want you out, the ending of your ear. A revolution is evident, you'll answer to us all. No matter what you think you're wrong, the voice of truth will call. Calling, unite under war.
Okay, so now we're into the chorus. And then once we get through this chorus, I want to go back and I want to try to explain why I wrote the song, what the song is about, and all that stuff, if you haven't picked up on it already. All right, so going into the chorus, we have some more ghost reverb, but then it'll swell up and it'll cut out the second the main vocal line kicks in right there. And then, of course, I have harmony underneath the chorus, so...
Calling, unite under war. The death of a nation is living outside of your door. We're falling into their design. We're running for cover when we are the ones in control. The fall of the empire.
All right, cool. So there's your chorus. And so essentially what I've done, I'll mute the main vocal line so you guys can hear the backing vocals. Some of them are octaves and some of them are harmonies, and that was on 100% on purpose. So this song specifically, when I was writing the chorus of it, trust me, I tried harmonies and they just didn't work. And sometimes in rock music, especially the hard rock genre, you just need the octave to back up the main vocal line. And then, you know, when it changes at the very end, you can go up or down. And this is what I did in the song. This is what I chose to do here.
Calling, unite unto war. The death of a nation is living outside of your door. We're falling into their desire.
So I got that one, you know, that lower third will fall in the octave, falling into their design, and then there's also that super high note.
Falling into their design. We're running for cover when we are the ones in control. The fall of the empire.
All right, so with the main vocal line, of course, unmuted, and all together, it sounds like this.
Falling into their design. We're running for cover when we are the ones in control. The fall of the empire.
One of the favorite things I did in that line was I changed the harmony up on the when we are the ones in control. I don't know if you guys paid attention to that, but right here.
When we are the ones in control. The fall of the empire.
And of course, the main hook line, the fall of the empire. I double stacked some screams and some growls underneath that as well. All right, so with all that being said, that's pretty much the vocal line. Let me go to the bridge of the song really quick before we... So we got a nice long guitar shred and guitar solo in there too. So here's the bridge. 1 second.
All for one, all for one, one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. No more of the lies, it happens tonight. Dismantle all the power, cause we're
Here's a bridge with the guitar solo in it. And we'll come back to that later. Well, I'll let you guys hear the solo singled out as well. All right, so that's the whole structure of the song. And so what I'd like to do now is just go back over these words line by line, man. So it's start tearing down the system like they have never seen before, defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need their deity, something to call their God. Well, the rest of us have had enough, and it's time for us to rise. I pretty much say it all right in the first verse, man. And that's, you know, I don't talk about politics. I don't take political sides. I hate politics. Straight up. I don't do politics. It's super divisive. And I think that my personal opinion is they all hate us anyway. All of them. So there are no sides to me. But this is how I feel about that put into words. So here's the first line. Sorry, wrong place. Here we go.
Stop tearing down the system like they've never seen before. Defying all the ways they try to make us all conform. Some people need that deity, something to call their God. Well, the rest of us have had enough. It's time for us to rise.
So pretty much what I'm saying right there, man, is don't put your faith in a political leader. Don't put your faith in our government. The faith is in the people, man. We the people. That's basically all I'm saying there.
It's time for us to rise. All for one.
Self-explanatory.
United we stand, divided we fall.
I mean, that's been our slogan since the dawn of this country, man. All for one, one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. And that's true. I mean, if you think about it. And once again, the power is in the people. The power is not in the political leaders. So
no more of the lies. It happens tonight. Dismantle all the power, cause we're taking back our lives.
Again, self-explanatory. Dismantle them. Take the power away from them and put it back in the power of the people. Pretty simple.
Lies. lies. We don't have to recognize the hate you make us fear.
We don't have to recognize the hate that you make us fear. In other words, the media. That's all they do. That's all the media does. I can't stand the media. I don't watch the news. I ain't going to watch the news. I haven't watched the news in years because it's all twisted information to provoke and evoke emotions in us. So that's pretty straightforward.
We don't have to recognize the hate you make us fear.
So we don't have to recognize it.
The time is now. We want you out the ending of your ear.
Self-explanatory. The time is now. We want you out the ending of your era. So
a revolution is evident, you'll answer to us all. No matter what you think you're wrong, the voice of truth will call.
And that's basically calling out the absolute arrogance and the absolute narcissism of political leaders right there.
A revolution is evident, you'll answer to us all.
A revolution is imminent, so it's going to happen. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but at some point it absolutely will happen. It's historically factual.
No matter what you think you're wrong, the voice of truth will call.
And no matter what they think of themselves or how important that they think they are as our political leaders, the voice of truth will always prevail. All right, moving on to the pre-chorus. Or excuse me, the chorus.
Calling, unite under one.
A calling. Unite under one. Come together.
The death of a nation is living outside of your door.
Once again, self-explanatory. The death of the nation is standing right outside the door if we don't do something about it. Again, this is 100% how I feel.
We're falling into that design. We're running for cover.
We're falling into their design and we're running for cover. Why? We're falling into their design because their design is to divide us. Because the easiest way to conquer the people is divide them and keep them living in fear. And I cannot believe the amount of human beings that live in this country that still are asleep and do not see it. They still see left side, right side, and it just blows my mind. So, once again, to reiterate,
we're falling
into their design.
We're
running for cover, meaning we're in fear. But we are the ones in control. When we realize that we're the ones that have the power and we are the ones that are in control and not them, then the fall of their empire will begin. All right, moving on to the rest of the song.
The bleeding of society, our backs against the wall. The pressure of division stands between the right and wrong.
There you go. I mean, this whole song is pretty much straightforward. The bleeding of society, our backs against the wall. In other words, the government and the powers that be keep taking advantage and taking advantage and taking advantage of people as we live in fear, right? And the fear turns us against each other. This song's about unity. This song is 100% about unity, love, and the cure of division. So let me just be clear about that. So anyway, the bleeding of society, our backs against the wall, the pressure of division stands between the right and wrong. You guys understand that? So we feel this constant pressure of being divided all the time, and it keeps us blinded from what's actually right, doing what's right. There's so many people that will stand with their political side and their political understanding and point of view, as opposed to doing what is right and what is just. So the poison is the apple, the illusion is the fame, but all the while their evil smile just makes it all the same. So here it all is in the verse.
The bleeding of society, our backs against the wall. The pressure of division stands between the right and wrong. The poison is the apple, the illusion is the fame, but all the while their evil smile just makes it all the same.
And pretty much the poison is the apple, the illusion is the fame. So right there, they dangle this ideation of people becoming the ones that are the correct ones, the lofty people, that's the apple in the song. And the illusion is the fame. In other words, you're always, when you become the person who's right and you get to stand on the mountain of I am right, it's just an illusion that has been created for you.
All for one.
And once again, all for one, one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. No more of their lies. It happens tonight. Dismantle all their power because we're taking back our lives. And then we go into the guitar solo for you guitar nerds. So let's isolate that a little bit, because I think what I'm going to do is turn the band down. Shout out to my boy Trey Ennis. And then right back into another chorus, a calling, unite under one. A death of a nation is living right outside of our door. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, boys and girls. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to these breakdowns, because I love the opportunity to explain it all to everyone, because it means so much to me. My music is very personal. And like I said, man, it's my life experiences and the way that I feel put into the form of music. So once again, don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube. Tell somebody about me, you guys. It's working. Share this video today, and try to encourage your friends to watch it as well. This independent machine is killing it, man. I love you guys. And on the way out the door here is Fall of the Empire. Make sure you guys watch this all the way to the end. We only got a couple more minutes. Comes that guitar solo, baby. That's right, baby. Fall of the Empire. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. And for the rest of you guys that did stay to the end of this video, You guys are so special to me. And if you would consider going to mickblankenship.com, becoming a super fan by subscribing for just $1. Once again, $1. That's $12 a year to become a super fan over there and support me. There's no label, you guys. I'm independent. It's just a one-man show doing it all, man. So I need your help. I'm 100% fan-driven. Get to mickblankenship.com. Hit that subscribe button over there. Follow a couple little prompts. It takes about 1.5 minutes of your day, but it means the world to me. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much. Keep sharing. Keep lifting me up. It's working. Love you guys.